Oh my God, we are back. Hi, friends. Oh my God, it feels so good to be here, to be talking to you. If you are watching the video on YouTube, hi, I'm coming at you from my bedroom. So we're super cozy today. I love you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Let's get this going. Season 13, let's get back to it. Oh my God, let's catch up and have like a friend moment for a second. What has been going on with you? Send me a DM. How have you been doing? What's new with you? What can I support you in? Like, what kind of content are we needing these days? I have been super, super internal for the past like 4 or 5 months. Just in myself, in my own energy, doing a lot of inner work, doing a lot of studying. I'm in the middle of my next certification program, and it is a big one. I'm getting 5 certifications for different like therapy modalities at once. So it is a lot of school, a lot of studying the brain and brain waves and neuroplasticity and how the mind body connection works and all kinds of good stuff that's going to help make me a better um, coach for you all. And I've also just been internal in my business, just really focused on spending my energy inside of the memberships, both Becoming Her Collective and CEO Club, and just creating content there, focusing on my girls in there, making it the best space that I can possibly make it in terms of content, adding like courses and master classes and all kinds of good shit to those. And so, I needed to pull back. And so I did because we get to do that. We get to do what feels good for us. We get to do what feels right for us. We get to change our mind, take a break, step back, go within, and do whatever we need to do to be the best versions of ourselves. Right. So always trying my best to walk the talk and be right along with you guys and take care of myself. So that's what I've been up to. I moved. I still live in Arizona, still in that same area, but I downsized. Like I feel like I'm in this like comeback era. Like I am feeling more alive, feel more aligned. I feel really good. I feel more connected to myself, which is really, really good and always a journey, especially with, the things we've discussed and what I come from and my background and all of that. But something that I also feel like I feel like I'm coming back to so much of what you all know me from originally and just simplicity. And I just felt God, I felt such a huge pull to downsize. The house that I just lived in was definitely the largest house I've ever had. And it made sense at the time. Like financially, it wasn't a big deal when I got into it and got signed that lease and got into that house. And then, my kids, I've got 4 kids and they're all older. I've got, teenagers and my youngest is 9 at the time that I'm recording this episode. So more space to play and run around and a pool and all these things. And it was fine, but God, like it is a lot. It's a lot to maintain. I think my house was like 3,000 square feet or 3,200 square feet. I always mix it up, but it was the biggest house I've ever personally had. And I don't know if it's just because I had like nothing in my adult life and Brian and I started out and lived for so long, like so poor. And small spaces are like normal for me, but like I wasn't happy. I was just not happy. I was not feeling it. I started to just feel like overwhelmed and craving simplicity, even though I'm still like fairly minimalistic and, I don't like a bunch of crap everywhere. And that's still how I live as a person, even if my content has shifted. Um, just the space. It was so much to maintain, so much area. It's expensive to run, expensive to have the housekeepers come and help me out with the deep cleaning, a couple times a month. And um, I don't know. When something just shifts and you're just like, no, this isn't it. There's not even really anything like majorly wrong. This just isn't it. That happens to me sometimes. And when it hits, it really hits and I can't ignore it. I've got to get out of it. So I started feeling that way late last year, in 2023. And really heavily earlier this year, like in the spring. And I just knew I'm not going to renew my lease. I'm not going to go for I was in that house for about 3 years. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not about it. So I got a little extreme and I downsized quite a bit. Now, the kids and I, because it's just me and them, which is so cool and fun and a new, still feels like a new era for me. Just being with just them. And it's been really sweet and really special. Obviously Brian is like around and he's in our lives and we see him multiple times a week. Sometimes we go through spurts where we see each other every day and it's very much still family. But in terms of living, like it's just me and the kids here. And we're in about 1,280 square feet. So a super little house. The boys are sharing a room. Bella's got her own space. I have my room. Um, I feel like this house is such a fun space of expression for me. I've been doing a lot of like paying attention to my inner child. I don't know if you're familiar with that concept, but it's super interesting and really good for you, really healing, really like restorative work. And for me and my inner child, doing that work has just really woken her up. And I feel like I'm decorating my house, not my bedroom per se, but like my house, like the living room. Like I feel so connected to that inner, like, I feel like around the age of 13, that inner 13-year-old girl and I had just been doing so much healings, letting go of so much shit and just working so much together. I feel really connected to her. And so I feel like unconsciously I've been like decorating this new house for her. Like I had the whole living room and kitchen painted this like happy shade of pink. There's just like whimsical, like funky art everywhere. Like it's colorful, it's bright, it's happy. There's plants everywhere. I'm like, if you're watching the video, I'm like looking out my door into the living room. It's pink and girly and it's mine and it's so fun and it's so happy. And then I've turned my bedroom into just this like cozy, like luxurious haven. Um, Maybe I'll do like a little tour or something on the gram. But anyway, that is what has been new with me. Or at least some of the things that have been new with me. But yeah, I feel like I feel like okay, I'm struggling with my words here. I almost feel like it's really cool because something that I've had to wrap my mind around and really mourn in my journey away from religion and really finding myself, finding what I believe, finding what my truth is, finding what I believe to be truth, and finding myself in the process. Something that I've had to really mourn as I've gone through this is my youth, mourning like the loss of pieces of my childhood, and my 20s and getting to make decisions because I wanted to make them, really accepting that so much of my life and so many big decisions were made in order to people please and to be good and because I thought I had to do things a certain way, and really just having to kind of have a funeral for times of my life. And one of the biggest times that I've mourned is my early adulthood, like my 20s. And I was pregnant like all of my 20s. I had Bella when I was 21. I had Leland when I was 23. I had Hudson when I was 24. Uh and then I had Emmett when I was 27, 26, 27. So, and then I had a miscarriage in between there and health issues. And like, I just felt like I was in the friggin' hospital my whole 20s, having babies and pregnancies and breastfeeding and becoming a mom and being a mom. And um, I wasn't ready. And it's okay and it all works out. But I've really had to come to terms with that. And so it's really cool because I've been doing that work and doing that healing and letting go of that and mourning that and being in that place for, you know, a few years now and flexing the muscle of making decisions that feel good to me, even if they disappoint other people and really being true to myself. But it's almost like I'm so grateful because it feels kind of like I'm getting pieces of what like a typical 20 early adult life would have been for me. Like, I am studying, I'm in school, I take my classes online, like, I'm learning all these things. I have like homework, and I'm looking at my big textbook for the course I'm doing right now. I'm taking quizzes and I'm getting graded. And my desk, like my work desk, is in my room, like in the corner, like as if it was like a dorm. Like everything is smaller. I simplified, I downsized. Um, it's like little pieces of this life that I didn't get to have. And it feels really good. It just feels like such a huge blessing. It feels like the manifestation of desires that just, like the universe finds a way to give you what you want, to give you what you need. And even if it's, it's a different time and a different way than I thought or maybe would have picked originally, but I got it. Like I got pieces of that and I'm having that fun. And like there's times where I'm here at the house by myself because the kids are at school or they're with their dad, and getting that alone time and reading books and learning new things. Like I feel really young and I feel really alive. Um so yeah, okay. That was a lot. No hard feelings if you skipped over that. But I want to get into today's episode, our first episode back for the Purpose Show. So there's so much, there's so much that I want to say, so much new shit that I have to like transfer to you guys to help you live better, to help you on your becoming her journey. So I want to get into today the method. This is a blueprint for creating your new self, for self transformation, for creating a new life. Think of it as like a daily transformation routine. And I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Okay. So, as some of you may already know, I started what I called my becoming her journey over 2 years ago. This was mid 2022. Okay. And as you may know, I really felt like I was onto something. Like that really impacted my life in a positive way. Um, I was just kind of at this low point and I was really unhappy with how things were going, how things were feeling for me. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I've been putting this like paleo protein powder in my coffee. It's vanilla, like organically flavored or whatever. Instead of like a creamer or almond milk or anything, and it's really good, but I have to remember to finish the cup because it's like it's like a lot of protein. It's like 30 grams of protein in here. So it's kind of like my snack, my lunch. Okay. So I was just at this low point. I was really unhappy with myself. I was unhappy with how I was showing up. I was feeling really angry. I was carrying a lot of resentment. I was carrying a lot of physical weight, and I was carrying a lot of metaphorical and emotional weight. I just felt angry about certain circumstances in my life. I was angry at some things that I was realizing about how I grew up, how my life went, how I felt controlled, how I felt so suppressed. In my upbringing, and I was just processing a lot and it was tough. I was really holding a lot of it. And so I recognized, I'm giving a very short version of this Cliff Notes version, but I recognized that all of these things were sitting in me and they needed to be processed, and I was letting them like wreck me. I was letting the weight creep up on me. I was letting it affect my hormones and my eating, and I was binging again, and I was letting it affect me in a negative way. I was letting it take my joy. And so I thought about who I wanted to become, and I really kind of created almost this alter ego version of myself, but I felt very connected to it. Like that was in there somewhere. It was important. It came out of me, it flowed out of me. And so I looked at her on my iPhone notes app. I typed it all out, like who I wanted to become. And I'm looking at the description of this person, and I kind of just went through every area of my life and like who I wanted to be in that area. And I was just like, I want to be her. I'm going to do a becoming her journey and I'm going to become her. And so I did. And actually I experienced such a rapid shift. I truly experienced a quantum jump. And I've actually only talked about that in an interview that I did on Nicole Christie's podcast. So if you want to go Google that and listen to that episode of hers, I think it's my favorite interview I've ever done. I felt really seen by her, and she created such a safe environment. I opened up like I normally don't. And it's a very powerful episode. So go search that. And I can link it to show notes for you all as well. But at this point, skipping ahead to today, at this point, over 2 years later, becoming her is a part of my life. And it's not just that, it's that when I latch on to something and I feel it's powerful and I feel it's working for me, I go all in and I get very committed. And kind of like loyal to the idea. And I study it and I fine tune it. And because of the work I do and the audience that I've built, I feel it's my responsibility to get really good at certain things so that I can share them with you. And so I've been doing so much inner work. I'm constantly using myself as a guinea pig for what works and what doesn't, all with the goal of sharing the information with you. And so I have created a method, the Becoming Her method. And it's very official. It's all laid out. It's in the collective. I talk a lot about it in there. We also have done, just recently did a 30-day consistency challenge. We've done master classes. We've been talking about the different universal laws and how to apply them every day in your Becoming Her journey as part of the method. I mean, there's science to this. I've been applying everything that I've been studying and the certification program I'm in now, the ones that I've already finished. Like, there's a lot that's gone into this over the past 2+ years. I dove super deep into this and tested a bunch of stuff on myself for like over a year, actually over a year and a half before I brought it to the collective. But I'm very, very happy to bring this to the podcast for the first time ever. So, what we're going to talk about is the method first, just a brief overview of that. But if you want to walk through that, you need to be in the collective. You need to go and join. It's opening in the fall, so pay attention for that. You can go to the website and just alexsalza.com/collective, and you can get on a wait list. If you're waitlisted, you're going to know about the launch sooner. And occasionally I do backdoor openings that are like flash openings where you can join backdoor because you're on the wait list, but the public doesn't get that chance. So at this point, I'm planning on opening the collective publicly in November. So pay attention for that. But definitely get yourself on the wait list, and I send you stuff as well to kind of hold you over until it's open. But essentially the Becoming Her method is 3 steps. Step 1 is you need to meet and connect with your higher self. This is something that you do through a guided hypnosis that I walk you through. Um, it's very powerful. It's about 15 minutes or so, and it's inside the collective. I will walk you through what you need to do and where you mentally need to go to truly meet her. This is not something that you're imagining. It is real. This is a place you can go. I mean, quantum physics tells us there are other dimensions. All realities are happening at the same time. There is no time. We made it up. Like, there's all this science shit I could get into, and I won't, not in this episode at least, but this is real. You're connecting with her. You're meeting your higher self truly. And you're having a conversation with her. And it's really beautiful. Once you go through that, you're done with step 1. Your phase 1 of the method, you're finished. You can always revisit it if you feel you need to spend time in your higher self's energy, but you are finished with phase 1 of the method. Phase 2 of the method is creating consistency with what you're doing every day, because what you do every day is what you are, and that is the life you're living. So we want to create things that you're doing every day that are helping you manifest your best self and your dream life, keeping you in a high frequency, a high vibration most of the time, not all the time. That's not realistic. That's toxic positivity. It's not real. And moving you towards what you desire. So, how can we do that every day amongst all the busyness and the chaos? Well, I created a daily, what I call the Becoming Her Daily Ritual, that is about 25 minutes total. And you just do this every single day, and it will check all of those boxes: manifestation, energy alignment, um, gratitude and vibration raising, positive self talk. So, using the power of your words and your throat center to shift your life and shift your energy and speak over yourself what you want. And then we also incorporate movement. So, bringing your body into it, because the body and mind and your energy are all very connected. So that's phase 2. Once you've been consistent for at least 21 days, we do 30-day challenges, because that way if you miss some days, like it's easier to get to 21 if we're doing 30. It's kind of like shoot for the moon, you land amongst the stars even if you miss, right? So once you've been consistent for about 21 days, you are out of phase 2. Now you'll continue to do the Becoming Her Daily Ritual every day. This is part of your life, right? And you might miss sometimes, and that's okay. But like, this is a part of your life. This is your daily thing. But once you're consistent for 21 days, you are now finished with phase 2 and you move into phase 3. And phase 3 is really the aligning, the becoming, this is where you're integrating, this is where you're living, and you'll be here till you die. If you're out of phase 3, then you have ascended. You are no longer in this reality. You have died, passed on, and your spirit lives on, right? You have become her because you are dead. So that was dark, because you are dead. Like, I don't know why I said it like that. But anyway, so phase 3 is like we're living that. And that is all of the content. Once you get through phase 1 and you create consistency in phase 2, you're in phase 3, and all of the new content that I am creating in Becoming Her Collective is for phase 3. It is where we are aligning how we eat, how we dress, how we show up, how we interact with other people, how we do our days. We're about to do, as I'm recording this, we're about to do our next theme is we are taking our day and we're breaking it up into 4 quarters like a sports game. And we're analyzing each of the quarters of our day one at a time. And we are aligning it with our higher selves and how we really want to feel. And we're problem solving. We're cutting things out. We're bringing good things in. We're looking at everything. Like, we're really, in the collective, we're really looking at our lives and aligning them with what we want and how we want to live and how we want to feel. And that's where we stay for good, right? So there's always going to be more conversations. How do you align your sexuality and your self-expression, your creativity? How do you get to know yourself better? How do you bring this into your relationships and your friendships and your romantic life? How do you bring this into parenting? Like, there's always going to be conversations. So that's how the method works, okay? And I have a visual for this. I'll put it up on the screen now if you're on YouTube, and I'll put it in show notes if you're listening. So you can kind of see the method laid out and then the daily ritual. But I really want to get into the daily ritual because it's extremely transformative. And this is where I spent most of my time tweaking and fine-tuning and creating and testing on myself, and even testing on a couple of my friends who were willing to play along with me. Until I got it down. I wanted to get as little time as possible. I got it down to 25 minutes. It was like 3 hours, and then I got it down to 25 minutes to where it is working. In that small amount of time, it is actively working. And I also have people that are sending me testimonials in the collective every single week. I will also put some of those in show notes for you, and put some of those on the screen now if you're watching. But the daily ritual is simple, it is sustainable, and it focuses on small changes that create huge impact with ease. And you guys know I'm all about ease, so we're here for that. Um, but the daily ritual is it's not just about small changes. It's really about creating profound internal shifts that are literally transforming you into the best version of yourself. So when you're integrating these little habits that are very powerful in your day, you're unlocking a new level of yourself, a new level of personal growth, of clarity, of groundedness, of fulfillment, of enjoyment in your life. And when you're experiencing all of that day to day, you are in your parasympathetic nervous system, which is when you're at peace, Everything is functioning properly. You're out of survival mode. You're out of fight or flight. You are out of freeze. You are confident and grounded. Your body is functioning well. Stomach issues will disappear. Hormone levels will balance because you're living well and you're aligned. This is huge. So basically, you need to be doing this. Get ready to experience your life in a whole new way, babe, because this is fucking serious and it's so, so good. Now, if you want to participate in the consistency challenge that I mentioned, and you're not a member and you want to do this and you're excited to join the collective when it opens this fall, but you want to do the challenge now, you can do that. You're not going to be in the whole method. You're not going to be in phase 1 and all that, but you can do phase 2. You can create consistency with the outline of the daily ritual. And then when you join the collective, you'll get all the visualizations, all the audio files, all of the things that I created to make the daily ritual easier for you and to make sure you're doing it correctly. But if you want to kind of DIY it for yourself and just get into the habit of creating consistency and doing things that are good for you, go to alicasasa.com/becoming her challenge. All one word, all together, /becoming her challenge. And it's laid out for you there. And there's like a little thing that you can download and check off every day for 30 days while you wait for the collective to open. Okay. So just so you know, that's there, a little plug for that. It's totally free. I got you. Okay. So let's get into the ritual and let me explain it to you. So the ritual is solving problems. It's solving the problem of your pattern of inconsistency. It's solving that. It's solving the problem of like, oh, I want to manifest, but I never have or make the time to like sit and do the things. I'm not sitting and visualizing. I know I should, but I just forget or I don't, or I'm busy or I don't want to. Um, there's something on my mic. Okay, got it. I want to do the things, but I don't do them or I forget or I journaling, inner work, all the things, like it's just too much. I'm interested in how things like EFT tapping and scripting and visualization can help me, but I just am overwhelmed by all of it. I don't have the time or whatever. The problem of knowing that your energy is literally everything and it's important, but just feeling really overwhelmed with how to do energy work among like work, kids, life, to-do lists, exhaustion, like not giving a fuck sometimes, let's be honest. It's solving this problem. It's also grounding you every day. So it's solving the problem of like, I'm just flighty. I just am like, go, like in a state of anxiety and a state of survival mode all the time. It's grounding you. There's going to be major differences in how you respond to people and how you respond to circumstances day to day because of what the daily routine is doing for you and how it is grounding you and putting you in a good energy. So it is literally solving most of your problems, if not all of them. And that's a bold statement. It's huge. So like I mentioned, I have been doing this exact thing every day consistently for over a year. I do mine in the morning. I usually spend about an hour and 20 minutes total because I have made the space to do that. But like I said, you can do the whole thing daily in 25 minutes. I worked hard so you don't have to. I researched, studied, made adjustments so you don't have to. I got it down as much as possible for you while still being able to say, this works really well. 25 minutes. Everybody has 25 minutes a day. Okay. If you do not, you, my friend, are living a very unsustainable life. And we need to have another episode for another day on that. Okay. So the daily ritual it's got a daily visualization in it, okay? And it's 5 minutes. It's literally so easy. And that daily visualization, like intentionally picturing and putting yourself in the energy of how you want to look, feel, the life you want is huge. I am literally watching a 5 to 10 minute movie of my dream life play out in my mind intentionally every single day. that's going to move the needle forward. I have gotten so much clarity. Doing this allowed me to see that I really wanted to downsize and simplify. And it led me to making this choice where I can't even explain it. I feel like it sounds so weird because, especially with manifestation, I feel like there's this notion that it's kind of like bigger and better, and bigger is better, and more and more and more. But I actually got clarity through doing this practice every day that I really wanted simple. I was really craving ease. I was really craving less for the sake of more. And now that I'm here and I'm on the other side of the move and I'm set up in this new space and there's no more boxes, I have not been this happy in a long time. I feel so at home. I love coming home. I love being here. I love cleaning. I pull out my little steamer tool, and I like clean everything all the time. By the way, I have like the best steamer tool of all fucking time. I'm going to link it in my Amazon storefront for you guys, and I'll link that in show notes because it's that amazing. But I shared it on Instagram. Everyone freaked out and asked, "What is that?" So anyway, I pull out my little steamer guy and I clean everything. I feel so together. I feel so organized, so happy. And I got this gift because of doing this daily practice. It gives you clarity. You are connected to yourself, you're connected to your desires, and they can come to the surface and take up space and show themselves to you so that you're no longer unsure of what you want. And then when it comes down to it, the bottom line of what this is going to help you with is inconsistency. That's the biggest thing, the biggest benefit, and the biggest change in myself, and that I see other women experiencing is that you're finally being consistent with aligning yourself with who you want to be every fucking day, because everything got simplified and it's short and it's actually sustainable. And once you do it for 21 days, it's a habit. And that's so simple and so sustainable. So, enough about it. What is the daily ritual? What is the becoming her daily ritual? Let me break it down for you into each step, and then we'll get into a deeper explanation of the steps with examples and how you can practice them. So, the becoming her daily ritual is made up of 5 steps. So, we're spending 5 minutes minimum on each step for 25 minutes total. Okay. Mathematician. The first is guided visualization. You're placing your attention and your intention on your desires. This primes your mind for the day. Okay. And again, I'm going to get deeper into each thing, but that's the first thing. The second thing in the ritual is EFT tapping. What this is doing is it's clearing unwanted emotional energy that's been stuck for God only knows how long. And then we're inviting in positive energy and shifting our energetic frequency literally. We're addressing past emotions and current issues that are bugging us, and we are clearing them so that we're not going through the day carrying it around. And you will physically feel a difference. You will. The next thing, number 3, is scripting. This is writing a journal entry as your future self. So you're getting into the energy of the version of you that already has the life you want, the house you want, the relationship you want, the body you want, etc. And you're embodying her mindset and actions and feeling like you're her, and then writing a morning journal entry as her. It doesn't have to be morning, but you're journaling as her. The fourth thing is self-talk practice, a positive self-talk practice. This can be reciting a list of positive affirmations, which I have notes on that. You can't just say it. We'll get into that. This could be going for a gratitude walk, and vocalizing gratitude while you're walking, while you're moving your body. It can also be my favorite thing, which is what I call a positive self-talk rampage. This is where you are just getting in the energy of declaration of your strengths, of your aspirations out loud, of what you are, of the truth of who you are. Positive self-talk out loud is incredibly powerful. Your words build the house you live in. So we're going to use that power for good and with intention. And the fifth and final piece of the ritual is intuitive movement. So just incorporating some kind of physical activity that feels good for your body. And if you're the kind of person that needs to do this in like 5-minute chunks, like 5 minutes on each thing for 25 minutes total, because that's where you're at in life right now, this could be just some intuitive stretching in bed. This could be 5 minutes of yoga. This could be a quick walk. This could be getting on your rebounder, your little mini trampoline and bouncing. It's so good for your lymphatic system for 5 minutes. If you're going to go a little bit longer, I spend the most time, I would say, on tapping and my movement. I actually go to the gym and I'll do like Pilates, weights, cardio, walking. You can do dancing, whatever you want, but it's some kind of movement. Okay. Now, let's get a little bit deeper and let me expand on each step and explain some things. So, one thing that I want to say just before we get into that is that there is no like you don't need to sit and do all of this in one sitting. It's gonna help you just knock it out, but if like sometimes I will like wake up and do some tapping and then like I'll visualize later and then I'll do scripting at night. Like, but every single day for the most part, I am doing each of these things at some point. So it's okay if it's spaced out. It's just a little harder to remember if you are spacing things out. So set alarms, set reminders throughout the day, like, hey, what's left of my ritual? What have I not done yet? And just taking those 5 minute chunks throughout the day to do these things is really huge. Um, Now the order that things are in, I did this order for a reason. However, if you did it out of order, nothing bad is going to happen. It's not going to like be, oh, that's not working now. It's just that this is the ultimate order. Guided visualization is first because if you were to do this in the morning, then you're doing guided visualization right after you wake up. That's the most powerful time to do it because of the state that your brain is in. Okay. You're in the theta state. So your brain is like more sponge like and it's soaking up the images that you're giving it. So for best results and optimal focus with ease, okay, do this first thing in the morning and listen to a guided audio. Now, I made you some in Becoming Her Collective that are specific to the goals of becoming the next level version of yourself. And they're just general enough where your mind can fill in the gaps with images that are specific to you, which is perfect. But you're taking these principles of psycho-cybernetics and you're programming your subconscious mind for you. And your subconscious mind speaks and receives information via images. So when you visualize like a movie of your ideal self and your ideal life and things going well and having the things you want to have and doing the things you want to do and experiencing the things you want to experience, that's fucking potent. It's very powerful. Um, so if you want those guided audios, go into the collective if you're a member, join when it opens, get yourself on the wait list in case I do a quick flash thing. But you can also discipline yourself and listen to like instrumental music, play a movie in your mind, get something on YouTube. That's just not as specific as what I'm doing. Okay, so that is the guided visualization. When you're visualizing, you are literally watching a movie that you create in your mind. I'm going to give you an example of mine. I am someone that like literally I love brunch. Going to brunch on the weekends is my favorite thing ever. I am always trying to get people to go to brunch with me, and if everyone's busy, I will go to brunch by myself. I love brunch. Okay, there's nothing better than like a sunny day and going to get mimosas and eggs benedict and just talking and having fun and relaxing in the sunshine. Like it's my favorite thing. So when I visualize, this just came to me one day and I liked it so much. It felt so good that I just kind of stuck with it. When I'm doing my guided visualization, I start by picturing myself walking from my car up to my favorite brunch spot in Scottsdale. And I see myself and I just picture my body looking so strong and healthy. And I see what I'm wearing and I see how much I love myself and I see my hair and my skin and I'm glowing and I'm happy and I'm walking in to meet a friend for brunch. And then I see that I'm talking to her over brunch and I taste the coffee in my mouth at brunch. I taste the matcha latte or the mimosa or whatever feels good to me that day. I feel the chair underneath me. I'm imagining hearing the voices of the people around us. Imagining my friend across from me, and I'm imagining us talking, and I hear myself update her on my life. And I'm talking to her about everything good that's going on. And I'm saying all these things that are happening for me. And I see them as I'm imagining this conversation. I see the dream house and the property and the space and living closer to the ocean, which is something that I want again. I see my family doing so well. I see us all happy and connected, and I'm visualizing this for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. That's the vibe. And you're feeling the feelings of having this. Resistance may come up and we let it go and we get back to the visualization. Okay. Step two, EFT tapping. EFT tapping there is so much science backing this. There are so many proven benefits, but basically, you're first clearing unwanted energy and emotion. So, you first do a round of tapping to clear anything unwanted that's present for you. So, if you wake up with anxiety, we would tap on that. If you wake up and something that somebody said is just really bothering you, we would clear that energy of like that thing they said. Whatever it is, whatever's present for you, clearing unwanted. Then we tap on a round of creating the desired energy and emotion. So if you want to feel productive, motivated, creative, we're going to tap and create that. I have a client who uses tapping to literally produce more breast milk. She's breastfeeding her baby right now. I have a client that I have a script on tapping for period pain, and she uses that instead of taking Motrin, and the pain goes completely away. Like, you can tap for physical things, you can tap for energetic things, you can tap for anything, and it works because of the mind body connection. For best results, there are scripts that I create. They are in the collective and CEO club for business owners. If you want to use tapping for your business, I would say I most often tap on my productivity and my focus and money and abundance and manifesting. You can use tapping to manifest very quickly. It's very easy, it's very powerful, and you physically feel a difference immediately. So that's why I really like it. But yeah, I create scripts and videos where you just tap where I tap and say what I say. Very easy, and they're all in the memberships. All right, step three, scripting. Now remember, this is tapping into your future self and writing in your journal as her. Now, I realize that some people don't like to write with pen and paper. But here's why I want to challenge that and have you create this practice in this specific way and really challenge you to actually use pen and paper. First of all, it's a very strong tactile connection. You're engaging multiple senses. Writing by hand involves tactile feedback, which engages sight, touch, and sometimes even sound. This is a multi-sensory experience, okay? So that enhances your memory retention. It's using a part of your brain that is not used by anything else. And it deepens the emotional connection to what you're writing. This is also the physical act of writing, like, is creating a strong mind body connection. So it's making your thoughts and your intentions feel more tangible and real, quite literally making you manifest it faster, stronger, better. Okay. Writing by hand is generally slower than typing. So this allows more time for reflection and deeper processing of your thoughts. It gives you more time to go there, to imagine, to think through what you want to say and what you want. It's making you get clearer and more specific. This is going to lead to greater clarity and more insights, which is huge. Also, the slower pace of handwriting is going to encourage creativity and more thoughtful expression. It's going to allow your thoughts to flow more naturally without the distractions that can pop up when you're writing on a digital device, typing on a digital device. Writing with a pen and paper eliminates digital distractions, okay, completely. The deliberate act of writing is scientifically proven to make you more mindful. You're in a state of mindfulness. It's helping you stay grounded and really just fully engage in the present task. So it's more calming. It's not overstimulating. A lot of people find that writing by hand also allows them to express their emotions more deeply and authentically than typing. The art of writing is extremely cathartic. It really provides emotional release and clarity. Also, studies repeatedly show that writing by hand improves your memory retention and comprehension. So it's just making it easier for you to stay in the energy of what you're writing later and to recall it later and to just stay in that energy of what you want and what you're creating and stay connected to your future self. Um, Also, the motor skills that you're using to write by hand activate, like I said, different parts of the brain. So the neural connections and the cognitive function are strengthened. They're enhanced. They're more. Okay. Write it by hand. You can do it. It's not hard. You got this. Build patience. Try something. Trust me. There's so much that I'm always like, no, 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 no. You can do it the way that feels whatever you want. It doesn't matter. This matters. It really does. Um, you're going to get the best results when you tap into what you really want, and a script on like a template for the kind of thing you want to manifest through your scripting is really going to help you do that. It's also going to take the brain work out of it for you and help you feel more confident that what you're writing is actually manifesting what you want. I actually have a freebie I created for you guys. You can just go to alikasaza.com/scripting. It's SCRIPTING, scripting. Go to that URL and it's going to give you an opt in. There are several templates for different types of like gratitude, manifestation, manifesting a relationship improving or coming into your life, manifesting money, abundance, health. There's all different types for all different sections of your life, and it's totally free. So, alexasa.com/scripting. Go there. Okay. Now that we covered that, let's get into the next steps, your positive self-talk practice. So, like I said, you can go down a list of positive affirmations, but however, you do need to really feel the words you're saying if you're doing affirmations. I've shared on social media that I have a Pinterest board, which I will link to the Pinterest board for you all in show notes. I have a Pinterest board that is essentially my vision board, and it is loaded with affirmations and then just like kind of subliminal messaging through images of like luxury and flowers and things that feel really beautiful to me and money and things like that. I'll link to that so that you can use it as kind of a template if you'd like for your own Pinterest board. But when I go through that Pinterest board, that's my list of affirmations, and I say those a lot, and I'm really feeling them. Reciting words isn't going to do shit without energy and feelings. According to the law of increase, what you place your attention on and give your energy to is going to expand, whether that's positive or negative. So when you're doing affirmations, you need to be placing your attention and your energy on what you're saying and really feel it for it to do anything. Now, if you're saying affirmations and you feel resistance, you're just like, I feel like I'm lying. I feel like I'm bullshitting myself. This isn't true. I'm not rich. This isn't true. It feels so untrue and so unaligned. Then what you can do is shift the affirmations to I am becoming. So instead of I am rich, I am the type of person who's building wealth. I am becoming rich. Those might feel a little bit better and kind of soften it and make you more like spongy to the words you're saying. Now, the other option you have is a positive self-talk rampage. This is one of my favorite things to do, where you're really just getting into the vibe. Now, the thing about this that I love, especially for those of you who are busy, is you actually don't need to be the one speaking it out. It's the words that are powerful, and words are powerful when you speak them, and they're also powerful when they are spoken over you, which is why we want to protect ourselves and protect our energy from other people and what they say over us and about us and to us, right? So I created so far there's two. I'm going to create more, but I've created two self-talk rampages that you can just hit play on and they loop. There's one for just being a woman, being a mother, being busy and doing your day. And there's another one for being an entrepreneur and wanting to just really speak life over you being a CEO and being a business owner and creating the business of your dreams. Hit play on those and just listen to them. It loops and you just play it on repeat. That's what I do most of the time. So that's there for you. It's free. Again, I'm going to link to them in the show notes, but the URLs there's a dash between, so it's alexasa.com/scripting. self-talk for moms, and there's a dash between each of those words. And then alexsasa.com/self-talk for mompreneurs. And there's a dash between each of those words. I'm just going to link everything in show notes. So just go to the website/podcast. Okay. alexsasa.com/podcast, find this episode, and all of us will be linked for you. But I did want to spell that out for you if you want it. And I'll try to remember to repeat all these URLs for you at the end. Okay. Now, the other option I gave you for positive self-talk practice is a gratitude walk. What I love about this is actually combining the fourth and fifth step in the ritual, because the fifth step is movement, right? So if you were to go on a gratitude walk and voice gratitude while you're walking, you're combining steps 4 and 5 really nicely. You're getting some movement in, and you are doing your positive self-talk. Having said that, the other types of movement you can do is you can go to the gym, you can go take a fitness class, you can dance in your living room, you can blast your favorite music and just have at it. You can bounce on a trampoline, you can do whatever you want, but some kind of physical movement. For me, let me just outline what I do. My daily ritual, like I said, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. I start with guided visualization. Usually it's about 10 minutes of that. And then EFT tapping, I usually spend about 20 to 30 minutes on that. Scripting takes me longer. It takes me some time because I take my time. I'm like making my coffee or my matcha or whatever I'm having that day. And I'm sitting outside and I'm really breathing and feeling into it and connecting and scripting. And then the self-talk practice is pretty short. I'm going through affirmations. I'm really feeling that, spending some time on that. I would say I spend 5 to 20 minutes on that, depending on the day. And then it's movement. Movement. I go to the gym. So every day I'm going to the gym. I'm actually about to go right after I record this, because I didn't go this morning. But movement is what takes me the most time. And so I'm listening to something positive. I'm listening to a podcast, listening to music, listening to my positive self-talk rampages, listening to something positive, and I'm moving my body. So I'm really kind of anchoring in that positive energy through physical movement. Okay. That is the Becoming Her Daily Ritual broken down for you completely for free. This will change your entire life. It will change you at a cellular level. It's very powerful. Like I said, in Becoming Her Collective, we did a 30 days of consistency challenge. You can do this for yourself or go join it and do it on your own if you're a member. If any other members are in there too and wanted to do it at the same time as you, so you can have an accountability buddy. But that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to go get the 30 days of consistency challenge, whether you're a member or not, and start. If you're a member, then you're also going to be getting the masterclass, the breakdown, you're going to meet your higher self and go through phase 1. Then you're going to get into the consistency challenge, which is phase 2. And then you're going to use that meeting and that connection with your higher self to leverage into your daily ritual, and you're gonna get consistent with this. You're going to. There's guided audios, there's scripts, there's resources beyond even the free things that I told you about in this episode. It's so packed and so loaded. It's essentially like a power packed consistency creating course. And then from there, you can take in all the other content in the collective and just daily be aligning yourself and being in this good energy. So to get access to the DIY version of this, go to alexsasa.com/becoming her challenge. You can get that for free, and that'll hold you over until I open the collective again. But if you are a member, you need to get your booty in there. Go do this on your own. Get another member to do it with you. I'm really excited for you to do that. I'm going to go over some of the other URLs again, if anyone wants to write them down or type them into their phone now that they're maybe not driving or they want to participate in everything. And then we'll be done with this episode. So thank you for being here. I'm so glad to be back. I love you guys. All right, let me say it one more time. To get the Becoming Her Daily Consistency Challenge, like just the basic DIY version, no resources, just the challenge layout. It's alexsasa.com/becoming her challenge. To get the self-talk rampages that you can hit play on and just let me speak life over you and let that be part of your ritual every day, you can go to alexsasa.com/self-talk for moms with a dash between each word. If you're a business owner and you want the business edition, go to alexsasa.com/self-talk for mompreneurs with a dash between each of those words. And mompreneurs is MOMPRENEURS. All right. For the scripting templates for journaling as your future self and making sure you're really making the most out of this is totally free. It's alicasasa.com/scripting. If you would like to join CEO Club at this point, at the time that this episode is airing, CEO Club is still open. Um, and when you join CEO Club, as long as you join around the time, you get both memberships. So you get Becoming Her Collective and everything in there and everything in CEO Club for the price of one membership. It's $99 a month. If you go and that is gone, then you missed it and you're listening to this late. But at the time that I'm airing this episode, that is true. So you could go to alicasasa.com/CEO Club and you can join CEO Club and you'll get the collective all for the price of one membership. But shortly after this airs, I am closing that up for good forever. That's a kind of a founding members thing. So it's going to go away. If you want to join just the collective, you're not a business owner, that's totally fine. We're opening in November. I will see you there. I love you so much. alicasasa.com/becoming her challenge. Go get in there, go do it, create that consistency. You deserve to show up for yourself. You owe it to yourself and you deserve to show up. I love you. Talk to you next time.